You're about to watch my day with the Cook Expert. It wasn't a full day, it was only a few hours. You'll see how I get on, how clumsy I am. I managed not to swear, I'm pretty sure. So I think that's okay. I cooked things that I had at home, also things I would cook regularly anyway, just to compare to the Thermomix, also to see how easy it was to use for the things I would usually cook. You will see in a minute what it is that I cook. In theory, I've never done a watch party before, but you should be able to chat to each other in the comments. Well, and me, of course. I mean, this is recorded, so I will be able to pop in the comments as well. Any questions, anything. You will see how clumsy I am in the video. So feel free to have a giggle. I do. Any questions? I'll be happy to answer if I know the answer. There's a lot of Cook Expert owners already in the group because a lot of you have already taken the jump. So they might be able to answer. Of course, some questions Magimix might be able to answer next week. At the end of the watch party, the video in theory ends and disappears. But I will upload it again. Anyway, this is just for fun. It's just it's a premiere. I wish I had a red carpet. It's just something different to do on a Saturday morning as well. Thank you for keeping me company this morning. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let's start. Hello, this is Maria from Feisty Tapas. I'm really lucky because today one of my Feisties, the lovely Hazel, has lent me her new Magimix Cook Expert to play with it for a few hours. Now, all I know about the Cook Expert is what we saw on the live that they did, the Magimix did in my kitchen gadgetry group, and the YouTube videos I've seen. Hazel gave me a little bit of a rundown as she dropped it off, but she had to shoot off to meet her daughter. So, this is me all alone with the Cook Expert. I'm going to start with a mushroom soup. I'm not even following a recipe from the book. I'm just playing with my own ingredients. But what I really want to try is the automated soup program that the Cook Expert has. So in theory, it does everything for you. You just put ingredients in, and at the end you have soup. So basically turning it into soup maker. So I really want to try that one. So that's what I'm going to start with. So here we go. This is all set how Hazel left it for me. All I've done is put it in this bowl to raise it a bit for the video. And I've browsed the lovely cookbook and manual that it comes with, but I'm not sure I'm going to have time to read it fully. So I just promised Hazel I'm going to be really careful with it. And I will sit down later once the soup is going to read the manual, which is really small. Look how small it is. But it comes also with this lovely book. Hopefully you can see the book. Look how beautiful it is. Really nice. Lots of recipes in there. I can't wait to sit down with a cuppa to read it. And this is me. I'm going to be doing this while I'm working today, so this should be fun. Shall we go in? Yeah, let's do it. Right, so this is how Hazel left it for me. The machine itself, I prepared the ingredients myself. So let's start with trying to put the bowl in place for the first time myself. So I've seen, and Hazel showed me, seen on YouTube as well, that it goes from left to right. So let's see. Ooh, and then it clicks into place. Oh, that was easy. Ooh, it is in there. Oh, first time, I'm winning already. Right, so I'm going to put in mushrooms. I have about half a kilo of mushrooms there. No idea if it's too much or not. We're gonna play with this. And I also have onion and garlic. Right, I probably should have done it the other way around. I probably should have put the onions at the bottom. If it was the Thermomix, I would have done that. But hey, we're testing it. Oh, and I've left the mushrooms whole on purpose, just to see how it copes with it, as it's, you know, meant to make my life easier. Right, so now we put the lid in. Oh, I should put some olive oil or some stock This is a very different way of thinking to the Thermomix. I should put this stock into now. Okay. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to quickly read one of the soup recipes from the book, like this courgette soup there. This is the creamed soup program. Have the onions, add the water, stock, cube and peas. Well, that sounds like what I want to do. I just now have to add some water. I reckon not much water because the mushrooms will release some water. And some of my vegetable stock paste, and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. This is Learn with Maria to use the Cook Expert. Just as Maria learns, we are going to learn together. So I've got about 400 milliliters of water. I thought it might be too much, but you know what? It's going to make a beautiful soup that I can always use for something else. Or I can always thicken it at the end with some cashew nuts, can't I? So, some vegetable stock paste in there too. 1 tablespoon to start with. I can always add more for flavor at the end. And, right, let's see how the putting the lid on bit goes. This should be interesting. This is my first time doing the lid as well. So, it goes from left to right. So, here and... there we go. And turn. Oh, perhaps I've gone too far. I'm supposed to turn into place. Okay. Hold on. This is interesting. There must be a guide somewhere how to do it, surely. Okay, perhaps further in. This is not my Cook Expert, so I'm trying to be very careful with it. Perhaps I'm being too gentle. I know what's happened. I have it the wrong way around. I just realized that there's this and this here, just like we have on the Instant Pot as well. Let's see if you can see them. The lock and unlock. So basically I had those to the back, which probably didn't help. So, there we go, and there's the lock bit here. See? Learn from Maria's mistakes. Can you see here the lock bit? Going to take the phone off the tripod for a second. See if you can see it better that way. Right. So lock, and this. I should have thought of this because actually Hazel did show me very quickly earlier, and I should have been paying more attention. Right. It's a problem of filming and doing this at the same time. Right. We're back on the tripod. I'm trying to get you there where you can see. There we go. And first of all, we're going to do the lid. Did I do okay? I'm not sure I did. Okay, that has a better fit. Okay, that fits better. Oh yeah, that doesn't move now at all. Hopefully that's all correct. It seems to be even all around. Oh, I think I've got it. Right, now, the complicated bit, which is the... I'm not sure if it's complicated. It's going to go through this screen. I'm going to get you off the tripod so you can see how I go through the screen and try to find my way around this. So I'm going to try to find, I should have read the manual, the cream soup program, which I believe, it's not a touch screen. Hazel did tell me that. These are the buttons, it's these buttons here. So, that's blender, okay. Did I say okay? Let's see if we can find now. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you tell? If I go this way, can I find the soup program? If I go this way? No, it is going that way. How did I go to auto? Auto makes sense. Oh, no, stop! There's a stop program there. Oh, this is funny. See how Maria messes this up from the comfort of your own home. I might have to read instructions, you know. It might be helpful if I do. So, let's read the instructions right quickly. Okay, I found it. I had to click on the back button, which seems to be this one, a few more times, and it got me to this program. And now I just have to find cream soup, which I wonder if it's one of the expert programs, let's see. Expert? Could it be an expert program? Could I say okay? No. Tell you what, I'm going to read instructions for sure. Right, here we go. There's a really handy chart. Had I opened the manual properly, there's a really handy chart that tells me cream soup is under cooking. So if I go back here and not make a mess of it this time, I have to remember how to, oh, there we go. Well, cooking was this way. Yep, that's cooking. And now, I guess I do okay. Cream soup, there it is. So what do I do now? Do I press auto? Do we think I just press auto? Let's try it. Oh, there we go. Whoop. You know, another rookie mistake was that I didn't have this on. So that's on now. I'm hoping properly. There we go. I guess it's heating up from, we can tell from this lid here. So it's chopped things up, as you can see. Cool. Or shall I leave it to it? Shall I trust it to do its thing? Yeah, let's trust it. I'll come back in a bit to see what it's doing. I'm probably going to be following every move. See you later. Oh, we can see the countdown going on a little bit. It's reached 110 degrees in temperature. And it's counting down there. And it's telling me that the blade is on auto. This is very exciting, isn't it? Right, I will keep filming every once in a while. It's half an hour, so I won't leave it running. But whenever I hear like a noise change, I'll let you know. Something that just occurred to me for us who have had the Thermomix before is, of course, the level of noise. Now, this is making me the cream soup on the automated program, and it's quite quiet. I mean, it still makes noise, obviously. But can you hear it? Hopefully it transfers very well. It's not very, it doesn't have the whirring noise, this is say, that the Thermomix has. It's more of a humming noise perhaps. You can see it really going for it now underneath the lid. You can see through the lid how the soup is boiling. It's really lovely to be able to see through, because we're used to the Thermomix where the lid is totally opaque. Of course you cannot see. So this is the Cook Expert at work. 4 minutes to go and it's still doing the same actions. 110 degrees, still on auto, still the same noises. I wonder what will happen now, how it's all going to change for it to blend. It's just changed and it's changing speed. Ooh. Now, how many times does it beep? Oh, just a couple. And then it goes silent. But that's nice. There we go, I have cream soup. Now, how do I open the lid? We shall see. Well, that was easy. I had to do nothing. Put the ingredients in and figure out how to put the lid on. Right, so it's done. And now I have to figure out how to get the lid off. I love the fact that the Cook Expert has handles. So it feels like a proper pan. Right, I probably shouldn't talk and try to do this for the first time. So I'm going to stop talking. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh, it looks lovely. Right, so. That looks very nice. Very smooth. Probably should add some more liquid and blend it again. I do like a thick soup. Right. Let's try it. Actually, there's quite a lot of left there. I don't like waste, so I'm going to get it down with a spatula. I think it comes with a spatula as well. I've not got that one, which fair enough. Hazel didn't bring it, and to be honest, I'm surprised she brought as much as she brought with her. So I'm so grateful to her. Right? Because the lid is glass, I'm concerned I'm going to drop it. So that's the soup. Hopefully you can see. It's super early in the morning. I'm going to have soup for breakfast. Right. Let's try it. Hot. Super hot. It's lovely. That is really creamy. So nice. That'll be really nice with a swirl of yogurt or double cream if I'm really naughty. Right, shall we move on and do something else? I reckon next, once I move this over to a container, I'm going to try bread. Right, I came back because I realized I've never taken the bowl off. I've put it on now, but I'm not taking it off. So let's try it. We turn it left and it comes out. There we go. Sorted. And you can see the soup there. It's actually not that thick as it looks. It's just super creamy. Really nice. Right, let's continue. One more thing, I just realized that there's this thing. I was feeling it's very heavy on my wrists. But there's this thing, and this is not very hot at all. So you can grab it from there too. And that way, you have two handles. Isn't that clever? I keep getting ideas to show you as I go and keep coming back. So, now that I've poured most of it off, I can see the blades again. Now, we know this from the Thermomix, that sometimes it's difficult to get on the blades and get everything out. So, let's see how we can do this one. Because the base of this one is wider than the Thermomix. It seems easier. Right, let's see. I'm not sure if you can see from there. I am, of course, doing it with my left hand because it's my stronger arm. I cannot try obviously with the spatula it comes with, but because I am a Thermomix owner, I own a million spatulas, so I own this one, and then I own this tiny one as well, which is really good to get in there. I've stained my top, so if you catch a glimpse of my stained top, well, ignore. That's Maria being imperfect and super clumsy as ever. Now, let's give this a rinse and see how well it washes. I think that's going to come right off because the stainless steel. Also, there's nothing at all burnt to the bottom, which is a really good sign, isn't it? This is how clean the bowl is already, just by rinsing it with a bit of water. I've not used a sponge yet, I've not used a scourer, I've not used anything other than water from the tap. Hopefully you can see. That didn't take long at all to clean, and now I'm going to get it back on and get in my practice of how to use this. Right, let's hand it. Right, there we go. It cleans so easily, that's really easy to use. So we're back and we're going to make bread. When I say we, it's a royal we, it's me. Right, so I have a recipe from Linda Hewitt that I found on the Magimix Cook Expert UK group. She posted it, it sounded good, someone had tried it, and he had success with it, so I thought I'm going to try it too. So it seems very easy. All I have to do, I have all my ingredients set up already. So it says 500 grams of strong white flour, 5 milliliters sea salt, 5 milliliters dried yeast, 300 milliliters water, and then 30 to 45 milliliters olive oil that I add in as it goes. It says I have to do it through the top of the lid at 1 minute pause. I have no idea what that means, but we will figure it out together, right? Right, so it says make dough in Magimix Cook Expert, load the ingredients and use spread program. So I'm going to put this. It sounds like I have to put everything in apart from the olive oil. So that's the bread, flour and yeast. Bread, flour and yeast. So now I add the water, I guess. Seems weird to do it all at the same time. Put the lid on. Have to find the other bit of the lid which is drying. So now I've got the hang of the lid, hopefully. And I can do it. Hey, first time. Get this other bit of the lid and put it on. This, I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly. Basically this comes on and off. Oh, there we go. So that looks in like that. Now I can lift it. Oh, perfect. And I will pour the olive oil through there when it's done. So now let's find the bread. So we're still on cream soup from earlier, and now we want to find the bread program. Let me check what the computer says. Just bread program. Right, let's find the bread program, people. Right, so you know what? I'm going to go back to the cheat sheet that there is, and then that's something falling, but it's not something that will break, so we're okay. So there was this little, there we go. So let's find what the bread program might be. So bread brioche, I'm guessing that's it. So it's under baking. This is very handy. Right, so I'm guessing we go this way. No, we have to go back again. And now baking, okay. Bread brioche, my guess is this is it. Cool. So what do we think? Do I press OK? And then press auto. There we go. I'm guessing 1 minute pause, press auto. I'm not sure at what point I add the olive oil. I'll be honest right now. I'm sure we'll figure it out, and otherwise I'm just doing it myself. So this is it kneading. I don't know if it's going to pause at 1 minute. At 1 minute I'll add the olive oil. It's looking good, isn't it? Is it pausing at 1 minute? Oh yeah, there we go. It's paused indeed. So I put the olive oil through here. Make sure I get it all out. Maria doesn't like waste. So there we go. Put this back on, now that I've figured it out. There we go. And what will it do next? So this is the pause. This is supposed to be automated, like that. Do I press auto again? Oh yeah, I do press auto again. Thank you, Linda, for the instructions. And now. Is that it? Did you only just need that? Okay, so that must be it. Let's figure out how we proof it, because we can actually proof it in the Cook Expert itself. So we're going to proof it in here. For now, we now have to find the, it's called the Expert program. Let's see. Right, so we're still on the bread program, and I'm guessing we have to go, if I go this way, nothing's gonna happen, go back, and need to find expert. I'm not feeling like an expert right now, or like a newbie. Expert. Okay, so I set this up myself. Okay, interesting. So 45 minutes. Let's see, how do I increase the time? Can we guess how I increase the time? Do I press, oh, there we go. I guess first time. I'm feeling very accomplished right now. 45 minutes, and then bake. I'm guessing I do nothing with the thing. 45 minutes. 0. I want 0 here. So this would be 0. Ooh, 2A, 1A. 0, and then 31 degrees. So how did I do this earlier? It's this one here, the middle one. But this is very intuitive because I've never used this to set anything like that. I mean, all I've done with it, you've been watching, and I'm figuring it out without reading the instructions. So what do I do now? Do I just press auto, I guess? There we go. Very intuitive, as I say. So there we go. It's going to be proving in there. For me, it's going to do it all, and I can keep it there. And I'm just going to be working right next door to it on the kitchen table with my laptop, so I can keep an eye on it. See you later. One thing to say about the proving program, it's great that you can do it on the machine itself, one less thing to clean. However, I'm noticing the humming. I'm sitting right next to it while working, whereas it's a bit like the noise the air fryer makes or the oven makes, when the fan is on, awful. But I'm used to proving my bread in the Instant Pot, which is virtually silent. So that's a bit of a drawback, the fact that it makes a bit of noise. Hopefully if you suffer with problems with background noise like me. But I mean, it's brilliant. If you don't have an Instant Pot to prove your bread dough, it's absolutely brilliant. However, I do like the idea. Right now I want to keep cooking. Let's proving my dough, so I cannot be cooking. So I will need a second Cook Expert. Or just to transfer it somewhere else. I mean, you can always transfer it to the airing cupboard if you're in a hurry to cook something else. The proving program has finished. It has beeped just the once and then it stopped. So let's take a look. The phone is charging, unfortunately. So I have limited range now. Well, that looks good. Shall we open the lid? Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to open the bowl after proving the bread dough. Let's see what it looks like. Here we go. It looks good. Let's see. Can we bring the tripod a little bit closer? Looks good, doesn't it? Let's see. Well, seems like it's going to lift off really easily. And what we're going to do once I have the bread out of here and giving it the second proof, it needs another 45-minute proof away from here, and then it goes in the oven. I'm going to use the rinsing program. There's supposed to be an automatic rinsing program. I have it here on the manual. I'm not sure if you can see. And I'm going to give it a try. So first of all, let's get the dough out of there. Right, so I've taken the dough out as much as I can, and I'm going to put it back here. and try to do the rinsing program. What am I supposed to do? Half a liter of water. So half a liter of water. Few drops of washing up liquid. So a bit like we do in the Thermomix on speed 5 really after cleaning and well, after cooking rather, after cleaning. I'm getting way better at the lid, have you noticed? And now I'm going to try to find the rinsing program, which is under, right, rinsing. I'm guessing it's one of the main programs, so I'll show you. So my machine has gone to sleep, my machine, Hazel's machine, and we need to now find the rinsing program. It seems to be one of the main programs, so it should be after one of these. Hey, there we go, we found it. So I just press auto, I guess. Okay, so that's done. That's only just under a minute, I guess. I didn't look at the exact time to start with. I can look at it again. Let's see if I go back to rinsing. If I start it again. Yeah, 50 seconds the program runs for. Right, let's open it up and look. Just have a look. Ooh. Okay, so I need to get better at that clearly. This is why I always have a very handy tea towel. I did promise Hazel I wasn't going to harm her machine. I was going to be very careful. Right. So. I think it's time for Maria to have a coffee. Right. And for Maria to stop talking in the third person too. You know what? This is really nice because I'm all alone and I usually talk to myself. But today I can talk to you while we do this. Right. Hopefully that will show now. So that's it. I'm going to empty it. We'll see just how clean it is. So this is it after emptying it. I've not rinsed it yet. I'm going to give it a rinse. It seems to have got quite a lot of the dough out. Now, if it doesn't have all the dough out, I'm going to have to take the blade off and figure that out to give it a good clean before I start cooking something else. Not sure what I'm cooking next. I have quite a few ingredients I bought for today and let's improvise something. So that's all clean. The dough seems to have come off really well off the plates, so I've not had to take them out, but I think I'm going to go to have a go at taking them out at some point today because that's one of the key things. You have to be comfortable with how to use these machines, and you know, with the Thermomix, I know how to take them out now easily. But there's a knack to these things, a personal knack for those of us who are clumsy. So I wanted to show you the difference between, this is the TM5 bowl, the Thermomix TM5 bowl, and that's the Magimix Cook Expert. So I wanted to show you the difference in size. You can see that's the Cook Expert and that's the Thermomix over here, and Cook Expert. The Cook Expert is way wider, so they're kind of similar in capacity. The Cook Expert has more capacity, but the main difference is the width of the base. It's a big difference, and of course this one tapers out quite a lot, whereas this doesn't. This is more of a jug, so it's a nice difference there. I think we're about to see more how this wider bottom can make a difference compared to the Thermomix. I'm about to use it to cook something with chicken. I'm not sure exactly what. I'm going to throw things in and follow one of the recipes, the steps on one of the recipes from the book, just with my own ingredients. Let's see how that goes. So my kitchen is looking way messier now. I try to clean as I go, but I'm getting a build-up of things over there. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Hazel for this. It's such an amazing opportunity to play with the Magimix Cook Expert, make up my own mind about it, and be able to tell you guys not only my opinion, but film it as I go so you can get an idea of what it's actually like. So I've cooked mushroom soup so far. I've kneaded and proofed bread dough, which is now on its second proof, ready to go into the oven. So the bread is now in the oven after the second proof, and I'm feeling hungry. So I'm going to improvise something here with we have chicken breast, one chunky chicken breast. The fire, the smoke alarm went off earlier, so there will be some beeping in the background from that. And so we have onion, red pepper, a bit of chorizo, of course, and chicken breast. I'm going to make a mishmash of recipes that I've seen in the book, but I'm going to do what I want by following some of the timings I've seen in the book. I have something in mind, we will see if it works out. My hope is that this will be done more or less at the same time that the bread rolls are done. So, going to put a bit of olive oil in there. I'm going to put the onion, the red pepper, the chorizo. I also have a couple of garlic cloves. I'm leaving them whole and unpeeled, not just because I'm being lazy, but because I quite like the flavor of when you saute them, when they're whole, and then you can squish them out. So I'm going to whack them and put them in there. And you know what? I'm feeling lazy. Shall we do it as an all-in-one? Oh, I don't know. No, my timings are worked out for it to be the vegetables being sauteed first. So let's put the lid on. I've sliced everything by hand just because I don't have the time right now to be going through how to do the processor part. But the good thing about this is that you have the processor, the food processor as well. So you could be slicing, I'm making a small portion, basically just for me, probably for now and then for dinner. But you could be making way more and having all the vegetables sliced in the food processor part of it. If I have time later, I will do that. I will actually use the food processor. If I don't have time, perhaps we can volunteer someone from the group to do it for us. Did I get that right this time? Yeah, I did. Right, let's try to work out a program to use. I've been looking through the recipes. I'm going to use the timings that they use for frying the onions for the Spanish style chicken in the cookbook. So we're still on the rinsing program, of course, because that's the last thing we did. And okay, let me remember how to do this. Apparently I need to go to expert. I will be an expert by the end of today. Wow. Expert, 5 minutes. So I'm guessing I press OK. 5 minutes. Speed 3, 120. Ooh, 5 minutes, speed 3. Guessing that's something that is used a lot. Oh, no, I did the wrong thing. This. So it's the middle button. This is a bit like an ATM. And now up to 120. Let's see how high this goes. Wow, it goes quite high. It goes to 140. That's pretty good. 120 we want now. So keep it pressed down, Maria. There we go. I'm not talking to myself because I am talking to you. We want 5 minutes, it said. Perfect. Let's do auto, I'm guessing. Yep, there we go. That's cool, isn't it? One main difference with the Thermomix is that there isn't a whirring noise like the Thermomix has. It's more silent. And it's like a different type of noise. Hopefully this will pick it up, the noise. While the chicken is cooking, you can see how my bread rolls are doing. I think they're going to be done faster than the chicken, but you know, I can enjoy one with a bit of butter while my food cooks. can see this is definitely heating up. It's already reached 120 degrees by the looks of it, because this has gone red. This is like a thermometer. It's red up to the top. And it's steaming there. Look, it's working hard for me. I don't have to. This is when there's only 1 minute 50 to go. So it's already 3 minutes. That smells lovely. Right, I'm adding the chicken and then I'm going to show you about changing the program. See if we can figure out what to do next. Don't forget, always after touching raw meat, wash your hands. And as I would say to my 9-year-old, wash your hands with soap. There's a thing going on, a trend with 9-year-olds. That means that apparently soap is not to be used. Right, so that's back on, and now I need to remember what timing I wanted to use for the rest. So I've read out doing it for chicken breasts, diced chicken breasts for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, speed 1A, temperature 95 degrees. So let's do that. So we want to do, I keep thinking it's a touch screen. Oops, too far. 20 minutes. I am going to check halfway through that, because I reckon the chicken is going to cook faster. So then we want to go to 1A, so lower than that, and then here we want to do 95 degrees. 95 degrees. I don't know if you've noticed, I've just noticed this myself. It counts in 1 degree increments, which is nice. My Thermomixes, I will tell you in a bit how they count. Well, I cannot tell you while I'm doing this. There you go. I'm guessing that we press auto, yeah? Let's do it. Off it goes. So that's the vegetables with the chicken now cooking. Well, I'm guessing it stops for a bit. That's interesting, isn't it? Those are my bread rolls. They're too hot now to open one up. I'll open one up in a minute and show you the inside. They got a bit burnt because I lost track of time while I was filming. Don't tell anyone. So that's the bread roll. I have a feeling they will need a little bit longer. The temperature was correct. I have an oven thermometer inside the oven, but they will have needed a bit longer. I did about 15 minutes, I think. I might actually put one of the batches in again. So, it's lovely. It's nice and fluffy. It's bread. This is a basic bread. You know, how easy was that to make? In the meantime, I'm going to eat this because I really am. I had a bit of mushroom soup for lunch. Now, for breakfast actually. Now I really need food, proper food. Right, the interesting bit about this is cooking the chicken, and it stops and starts. So right now it's stopped. Look, now it's turning. Now, this is different to what I'm used to with the Thermomix. It makes a really nice difference, I'll be honest. I'm guessing also there's less chance of the chicken shredding. Another interesting thing I just thought to check is I touched this. It's not hot. I touched this. I remember that they said on the live they did in the kitchen Gadget group that there was longer hot. Oh, there it goes again. It's stirring again. Well, it's true. You can touch that, no problem. Even the lid, not hot. So totally safe for a forgetful person like me, who is right now cooking next to the working next to the Cook Expert. So I'm cooking and working all at the same time. This is multitasking at its best. I just realized that I'd forgotten to put salt and black pepper in, because I'm doing too many things at the same time, clearly. So I'm going to show you. This is something that you can do with the Thermomix as well. Which way did it go? This way. you can just open this, and anything that you forget, anything that needs to go a little bit later than the main ingredients, you can just put in through there, and because it starts, it will spread it through everything. So it will make sure that everything gets coated. So I think that's all I want to add for now. I can always adjust the salt later, of course. Sometimes with things like this, I actually add a teaspoon of my vegetable stock paste because it gives everything an amazing flavor. You have the recipe for the vegetable stock paste on the blog, of course. So to finish, there we go. So that's ready. Shall we look inside? Let's move these things so they don't get dirty. There we go. Right. I keep turning it the wrong way around. It's to the left, not to the right. Let's see. Oh, there's a bit of condensation there, which I'm guessing are lovely juices, which I'm going to use again. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you could smell that. It smells so good. Right, let's get a little spatula. Get all of these bits from up here, which I probably should have done earlier. You know what? I'm going for the least amount of effort, so we can see what the results are with minimal input. But that looks good. Right, I'm going to serve myself a little bowl. I'm going to raise it from here so you can see better. I'm going to get myself a little bowl with one of the rolls. I'm going to have a lovely lunch. I think I can get 2 lunches out of that actually. One of the things I quite like compared to the Thermomix is that you can do things like this, which are not that easy with Thermomix, and this is due to the wider base, of course. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it smells so good. I'm so hungry. Right. First things first. Oh, so good. I'm going to get some of the juices. I'm going to get open it up and see how it's cooked, of course. Yes, that's cooked through. I've given it the full 20 minutes in the end because, of course, I'm not familiar with it. I didn't know it was going to start and stop like I did, for example. So, oh, that sounds good. Right, let's try it. I don't cook with chicken breasts that much anymore. I basically cook with chicken thigh fillets in the Instant Pot because pressure cooked chicken thigh fillets take hardly any time and they're so tender. So let's see what this is like. Lovely. Just a little bit more salt and pepper later. Beautiful. That was easy. That would be a really easy lunch for those of you who work from home or even make a bigger batch to take into work with you and reheat at work. Or of course a really lovely dinner. This is the bowl. It doesn't really need the rinse cycle that we did earlier. I would just wash it under the tap and get it ready for the next thing. I don't know what it is just yet. Easy, clean, that was quite easy. So I've just cooked the chicken, red pepper, chorizo, stew, whatever you want to call it, just lovely. And I've noticed there's a stir fry setting too. So I still have chicken breasts. So I'm going to use another chicken breast and a few vegetables and some soy sauce and use the stir fry feature to see what it's like. So we're going to find the stir fry setting. This could be fun. I should really look in the cheat sheet. Let's see, stir fry, stir fry. Here we go, it's part of the cooking menu. So I want to go to cooking. Was it before or after the expert? Cooking, okay. No, not cream soup. Can you see if I do it like that? No, you can't. Let's see. Cream soup, red soup, stir fry. Okay. I'm going to set it up and then I'm going to put the camera on the tripod and do the rest. Right, so there's a chicken stir fry recipe on the book that comes with a Cook Expert. So I'm going to follow the timings on there. So it says to first of all add oil and the chicken and run stir fry. Okay, so let's do that. As ever, wash your hands really well after touching raw meat, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm back with my clean hands. And I'm guessing I just put the lid on and press auto. Let's find out. So that's the lid. Can you tell I'm a pro at the lid now? Quite impressed. It's a very easy to use lid. So, press auto. But it is working. Okay, so as you can see on stir fry, it goes up to 160 degrees. Hence the ability to stir fry, I guess. We'll find out. So as we saw earlier, this one doesn't stir all the time. So the Thermomix stirs all the time, but this one doesn't. Well, you can hear it. You can hear it starting to sizzle, and you can see it starting to steam up. That's quick. I'm curious to see what it's like inside. Ooh, it's basically steam. It says to reserve the chicken after this. I'm going to have a look. My vegetables are quick cook at that temperature. I might just add them in and not mess about with making a bowl dirty for the chicken. Let's see what it says about the chicken after. So I'm following this recipe from the cookbook that comes with the Cook Expert. But I don't have all the ingredients, I'm just improvising with what I have. So it's a stir fry first, then stir fry 3 minutes. After adding the ginger, onion, I don't have any ginger. Then 5 minutes after adding the rest of the vegetables. I feel like just adding the rest of the ingredients after this for 5 minutes and be done with it. Shall we try that? Shall we improvise? The good thing about improvising, and this is something that you cannot see me. This is something that is essential to all kitchen gadgets. See if I can go like this and you can see me. I find that improvising with kitchen gadgets and not following all the recipes to the letter is a really good way of learning from your mistakes. The best way to learn in life is from your mistakes. So make sure you make mistakes with any kitchen gadget. If everything is perfect all the time, if life was perfect all the time, we wouldn't learn a thing. The chicken has stopped stir frying. Let's see how stir fried it is. Like with these things, always you're going to have condensation on the lid. Best thing to do, always tea towel handy. But also hold the lid as you open it up. Right, chicken has shredded a little bit, which I don't mind, it is a stir fry, but just to note that it has, perhaps I should have changed the setting or something, I don't know. There we go, can you see it? Yeah. Right, so, you know what, I'm not going to mess about, I'm just going to add my vegetables in there. My chicken has already shredded a little bit. Oh, never mind. And I'm going to add a bit of soy sauce if I can find the bottle that I put out earlier. I was being so organized. Did I put it back in place? Yes, I did. I'm trying to be so organized, I put the bottle back in the cupboard. So what do we reckon? Let's see. This is light soy sauce. 1.5. We got a teaspoon and a half. That should be more than enough. And I might add some noodles to it later if I want to. Right. So I'll put the lid back on. And the book said for the vegetable part 5 minutes. Do we think 5 minutes? Let's do 5 minutes. So hold on, I'm going to get you out of there. So we're still on stir fry, so all I need to do is increase the time. too far. And then up to there. There we go. Off it goes. If I don't get caught up doing something else, I might look in around the 3-minute mark to see how the vegetables are doing, because it's nice to have them crunching and stir fry. And again, you can hear the noise that it's making. It's like a like an oven, like an air fryer. And then it moves, and then it stops. I'll be back. It's finished. Let's take a look. Hey, I remember which way the lid unlocks. Okay, so I do wonder if there's a different setting I should have used for the chicken. You know what? I don't mind a bit of shredded chicken. In fact, this would be lovely in a wrap, probably. Going to get my spatula to move that around. Those of you who have had your Cook Expert for a while might be able to tell us if there's a setting, a different setting for the lid. Right, let's try the vegetables. Ooh. Oh, lovely. You cannot see my face, but I'm chewing it. It's lovely. For my taste, that would be enough. For your taste, it probably, if you was cooking this for the little sapita, we'll probably cook it a little bit longer, 3 more minutes or so, for the vegetables to be softer. Doesn't that look beautiful? Because it's a day for improvising, I decided to give it an extra 3 minutes and stir fry anyway, and it's lovely. The chicken, as you can see, has shredded a little bit more. You know what, now that more of it is shredded, and it's all ready to be stored away, it looks so lovely. I'm really going to enjoy this as lunch later this week. As promised, I'm going to attempt to take the blade out. Like, I'm concerned about it dropping when I do. I've watched that video about it and I'm hoping it's okay. So from what I've seen, see these grooves here and here? Supposed to match them up with this and this. So I guess, and then clockwise from what I saw. Ooh, there it goes. Oh yeah, but I'm glad I put them. So this is then supposed to come out according to the video, and then you get the blade out. That's really easy. I quite like the fact that you have this. Also, for those of us who can have dodgy hands sometimes, that was pretty easy. Right, so that's it. I'm going to give it a very good wash now. Of course, taking the blade off gives you better access to the bottom of the bowl as well. I've got it all dry again, and now I have to figure out how to put it on again, how to get the blade back in. So this and this obviously align with this and this, so that should be fairly easy. So let's get that in. Hopefully if I wasn't filming at the same time. There we go, better that way. Then I'm guessing I hold that up and hoping you can see. This is interesting. So I'm guessing this goes there. It will make sense. And then I put that and that again on there. And it locks. That's it. Okay, that was easy. So I'm going to do it again for you now I've got my mind around it. So those grooves fit that so that you're helping it to turn. So right, to unlock, you can see moving there. And I say right. Turn clockwise and to unlock, and anti-clockwise to lock. Fairly easy. Now it's much easier on the hand and the wrist. Also for those of you who may have arthritis, I'm pretty impressed. So, I've decided what cake to make. It's going to be, in the cookbook that comes with it says blueberry cupcakes, but I'm going to turn it into chocolate muffins. So we need to put all the ingredients. I already have the dry ingredients in there. To add the eggs. It said melted butter, so I've melted the butter. I need to get a spatula to get it out of there better. Okay. Let's put all of this away. Put the lid on. Put this thing in place. Okay, and we need to do the cake program, so let's find it. So the cake thing is one of the main programs from what I see. Baking is a main program, so let's go to baking. Baking. Okay, so that, and that's the one I want, pastry cake, right? Yeah, pastry cake. So I just need to press auto, I guess. Okay, let's just press it. Needed bringing down. And I remember seeing a tip from Linda in the Cook Expert Facebook group that said as soon as it's all gathering together and you have a good mix like the one we have on this side, stop the program. So I'm trying to do that too, but for that I need to scrape the ingredients first. So lid back on, and I'm going to run it for a few more seconds, and I just realized in the Thermomix I tend to leave the measuring cup out for the cake mix to get some air into it. I'm going to do the same with this. Of course I didn't do it for the first part because it didn't occur to me. I'm following instructions as much as I can here. So let's press auto again. I've stopped it following the instructions I've read before so that I don't overmix it. So it's ready. Let's get it out and onto the cupcake things. Actually, no. Silly Marie, I'm getting tired. It's too much cooking. I'm juggling work. I want to add some chocolate chips. Otherwise, it's not going to be chocolate chip muffins, is it? Here you go. I've added some dark chocolate chips, some white chocolate chips, and improvising with some extra chocolate I've chopped up. And it says to stir it with the spatula to mix it in. That looks good. I've tried the mixture, of course, and it's tasty. So I guess that's enough, and I can then pour it into the cupcake cases. They're ready to go in the oven. The cupcakes are in, and I'm going to run the rinsing program again. So let's see, what's one of the main menus? Rinse. There we go. It's really easy to find. It's done. I think the rinsing program is always going to get me with the liquid as I lift the lid. Yeah, that seems to have collected the mix quite easily. Here. Right. See? Let's pour it. Yeah, that will be very easy to clean now. The Cook Expert comes with an app, and it doesn't connect to the machine. It has a ton of recipes. A lot of them are the recipes from the book that comes with it. There's videos there, there's a search, so you can search where you go. For example, I search, I have salmon there, so there you go, a few ideas to cook with your salmon. And there's a My First Week menu. It's really nice. So we're downloading and having a look. Before Hazel comes back for the Cook Expert, I decided to cook something that I cook quite regularly in the Thermomix to compare. So I'm going to cook a quick bechamel. So it's supposed to be, it says on here, this is the bechamel from the recipe book that comes with the Cook Expert. It says to use room temperature milk. Let's face it, I don't have ever the forethought to actually take the milk out of the fridge. Right, put everything in. We're going to have to find which, oh, it's an expert program. I'm getting the hang of this now. So it's an expert program. Okay, so I was playing with the screen earlier. There's in the recipes setting that I was, basically gives you all of those. I can't even remember them now. But what's the name of that thing? You're probably telling me right now, talking to the screen. There you go, that thing. So you can scan it, QR code, and then you can scan it and go on to the app that I was telling you about before. So I want to go to the expert, and how long does it say? So obviously this is, the expert seems to be the program that just gives you lots of control over the machine. So it says expert 9 minutes, speed 4, how many degrees? 95. Oops, no. 95 degrees. And the lid is already in place, so we're going to the center, and off it goes. It's so cool to be able to see into the machine. This is the bechamel with only 2 minutes to go. You can see it's thickened up. The bechamel has finished. Might need a little bit longer for my liking. Just give it a little bit longer. So I guess we would do what did we do? Okay, I still remember what I had done. So I'm going to do a few more minutes. So all I have to do is increase the time. It's not that much. I'm increasing it by 4 more minutes, and I'm going to double check that I used the right speed. I have forgotten to add the salt and the black pepper, typical me. So I just realized that, so I'm going to put it back on for a couple of minutes, because there's nothing worse than a bechamel that doesn't have enough salt. We're taking a little break, because the little Tapita would like to show you all her coffee scented slime. See, I remember the coffee scented part.
This slime does not have shaving for cream in it, because I wanted to try something new, so I added water instead. It's much more stretchier and funner to play with.
And does it smell of coffee?
Yes, it does. I wish you guys could smell it.
It's just a bit like I said with the food. Okay. Thank you very much for this. If anyone wants the recipe for this slime, please let us know.
And we will show you how to make the slime. And make sure, if your children like slime, tell them about the slime.
So this is my bechamel. I gave it in total about 6 extra minutes, and this is more like I like it. It's lovely. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this bechamel for. Who knows, we might end up having a lasagna tomorrow. But I just wanted to compare with something that I often cook at home. And it's lovely, nice and smooth. Very pleased with it. One thing that has occurred to me after washing the lid many times today, because I was cooking in quick succession, every time I let the lid cool down, it's still a bit wet, just because I was worried about the glass shattering if I put water on it when the lid was way too hot. So that's something I would like to ask Magimix UK about, because obviously sometimes you want to cook something and then cook something else straight away. It'd be good to know if it would be okay to put the lid under the tap immediately. I'm having a sit down. I'm tired after all of that. Oh, my hair looks tired too. And thought I'd give you some thoughts about the Cook Expert so far. In fact, I'm seeing the Thermomixes behind me, and I think I'm going to move one of the gadgets there and put them all in a row so you can see them all side by side. So see the difference in size. It's sturdy. It's really sturdy. I think it's a fantastic machine. The fact that it didn't wobble at all when it was kneading is testament to that. All the pieces feel really sturdy. I've not had a chance to play with the equivalent of the butterfly, the whisk, or the food processor part, or the steamer. But it's amazing, for example, the butterfly, how much heavier it feels. It feels so sturdy. I always worry about breaking the butterfly in the Thermomix. I'm going to reach for the one for the Magimix and show you. So this is the whisk for the Magimix. I'm going to wait just for you to show you how much more sturdy it feels. So that one is 168. This is the first time I weighed them. It'd be funny if there was no difference in weight. That one is 27 grams. That's a huge difference in weight. This is the TM5 that I am always scared of breaking that one, because it seems these bits here compared to the ones there, you can see the thickness of those compared to the ones in the TM5s. And this is the 31s, and again, very little weight. This one, the 31s, always has been, in my mind, a bit sturdier than the 5s, but I mean, you can see, I always worry, because I keep them in a drawer, I always worry about snapping one. This one is super sturdy. Now, I've not had time to use the whisk, but I mean, all the reports I've seen have been really positive. And apparently it sits just like the Thermomixes does on the plate. So let me show you. This one has these clippy bits where the Thermomix butterfly doesn't. So I've not read any instructions or anything like that. This is just intuition. And I'm guessing you have to sit it across. I'm just guessing. Don't go on this as a professional. But the fact that it has a clippity bit means that it's not going to come off, which is always a worry with the Thermomixes. How many people have had their Thermomixes butterfly eaten by the blades because it wasn't properly in position? So that's really reassuring. This is the internal steamer basket. It has 2 levels. It's lovely. Again, good quality, sturdy. It's a stainless steel, which is a step up from the, how do I get this out while holding a camera? I should have thought of this before. Okay, here we go. So that's the bottom. So it's a 2-level one, 2-level basket. I really shouldn't be doing this one-handed. So you can have something at the bottom and something on top here. You have some fish fillets in there. And then you can sit it in here. I'm guessing those grooves fit these grooves here in the machine. Yeah, see those grooves on the stick basket? They fit those grooves on the machine. There's another one here. So that means that it's going to fit into position really nicely. Hopefully if I wasn't filming at the same time, I was paying attention. So is that how it sits? I'm going to count it. I'm guessing it needs to go a bit further down, and I've done something wrong because it will need. Oh no, that's it. That closes. Ooh. So, oh my god, I'm doing this one-handed. I should stop. Anyway, yeah, that's how you sit, and you will be able to see your steaming things right there. And just to confirm, now that I've done it two-handed, yes, that's how it sits, and the lid there, which means there's still quite a bit of space underneath to cook something else too. So you could be doing 3-layered cooking. It's gone dark and the lighting in my kitchen is always appalling, so just ignore it. Ignore the lighting. Right, so this is the Magimix Cook Expert next to the Thermomix TM5, and then we have the Thermomix TM31, which I have the bowl for in the dishwasher, hence it's not there. And that's of course an air fryer. I will swap one of them for an Instant Pot so you can see the size as well, get an idea of the size. Then you can tell just how much wider the bowl is in the Cook Expert, which means that you can brown more easily, something that is more difficult in the 5. I love that the temperature can go up to 160 for a stir fry, that's brilliant. And let's see if you can see up here too. Yeah, that gives you an idea. The sound says it all. This one, the Cook Expert, is so much more sturdy. See, those ones are more hollow. This one is solid. Really is a solid machine. I like it. And of course, you have the biggest difference with the 5 is it has handles, and you open it a bit like the 31 used to open by turning the lid. You don't have to wait for the automated arms that this one has, which can be a bit of a pain when you're waiting for them, awful if you have been used to the 31 first. The other difference, of course, is that the Magimix, how do I turn it on now? Ooh, interesting. I didn't think of this. How do I turn it on? Oh, it's not on at the thing. Hold on. Oh, there we go. It's on. This one is not a touch screen. You use the buttons on the side, just like the ATMs. You use the buttons. Of course, this one, the 5, is a touch screen. Now, touch screen could be, you could say, is more convenient because of the fact that we all use the touch screens nowadays with our phones and tablets. However, it has a drawback, is that if you spill anything on the touch screen while you're cooking, it goes crazy. For example, anything around here, you can have the blade going from reverse to forward like crazy every millisecond. That's not going to happen with the Cook Expert, which means it's more like the 31 used to be, with more manual controls. I do like the 31 in general better than the 5. I find it sturdier. Of course, the 31 is an older model. It hasn't been produced for a few years. So all in all, I need to clean this better for Hazel, oops, before she collects it in a bit. All in all, if you're in two minds between which one to choose, the Magimix UK Cook Expert has a drawback that is newer to this market, to the UK market. However, it's a bit like when the Thermomix came over here. It's not new in general internationally. It's been around for ages. The French market has had it, the Australian market have had it, which means that there are a ton of recipes in the English language. And it's only going to, I think this one, the Cook Expert, is a huge competitor for the Thermomix now. If I were you, and I was thinking, and I didn't have these two, and I was considering my first thermo machine, I would be going for this one. It comes in a range of colors. Right now, off my top of my head, I think they are white, black, which is this one, and red. Of course, you should all go for the red one and put, I can send you all little vinyl dots to put on it to make it polka dotty. So who's going to take me up on that? Anyway, I hope that helps for anyone choosing. The fact that this thing is so sturdy reminds me a bit of how the 31 used to be, when, you know, the 31 is still my workhorse. And I think it's a brilliant machine. So, yep, I think the Cook Expert has won my heart. I cannot buy one, but you know what? If I could, I would. Because a lot of you are likely to have an Instant Pot. I've put the Instant Pot next to it just for you to see just how nicely they sit together, what the difference in size is. This is how I store an Instant Pot, and you all should as well, with the lid upside down. I will put the lid on for you to get the idea of the height. There we go. That's the Instant Pot 6. So obviously that's giving you an idea against the 6, which is the medium size of the Instant Pot. As you can see, they actually, you know what? The black Cook Expert looks beautiful next to the Instant Pot, doesn't it? And how handy would they be together, huh? It's a few days since I got to borrow the Cook Expert from Hazel. In the meantime, I've managed to catch a cold, a cough, all sorts. But I've been mulling it over. I've had a few days ever since I borrowed it, and conclusion is fantastic. It's so solid. I only had it for a few hours and I actually really miss it. It's a fabulous machine. I can see how it's going to be a huge competitor for Thermomix. It's going to be, you have to think of it as an entirely different machine. It's not just a thermo cooker. It's also a food processor, and I think it has a scope for them to add many things. Like, for example, the stir fry function I used, that was only just added. Hazel told me that was added somehow. Those of you who have the Cook Expert can tell us how the updates happened. I know the software can be updated. How does it happen? Can you tell us about that? Because I should have asked Hazel, but it was a busy day and I didn't even think to ask her. But you know, you guys can tell us. So yeah, brilliant machine. I think now it just needs what the Thermomix has, which is a huge online community to go with it. And of course, for customer support to be on a par with the machine, which, as we all know, as kitchen gadget lovers, but for all of us who have had the major kitchen gadgets since early on, before they became so popular, we know how important it is to have support, recipes for our time zone, for our ingredients that we understand and can actually buy from the shops. I mean, those of us who started with the Thermomix back in 2012, when I got mine, and then in 2013 the group the group started. We remember, you know, when we were cooking dinner, the Australians were in bed, and yes, they had a huge community, English-speaking community, but that wasn't good enough for us, and they were using all these weird ingredients that they were back then. They were really difficult to get a hold of. Like I remember trying to get a hold of coconut flour. That was interesting. Now it's really easy to get hold of, even here in Ely, a small town. So yes, it's those of us who have fallen in love with kitchen gadgets and how much easier they make our lives. There has to be an amount of support with it, doesn't it? Of course, for many of us, kitchen gadgets need to be a helping hand. We love cooking. Some of us didn't love it that much a few years ago. But they are a helping hand. And for that, we have to think outside the box compared to other people. For example, I have a problem with background noise nowadays. So I have to consider that. And this is a better machine for that. Just like I love the Instant Pot because it's virtually silent. it's one of the main things for me, and the fact that things going to keep warm at the end, and I don't have to get up straight away or even be at home if I don't want to. And they make my life easier as a working mother. So apparently the Cook Expert is supposed to keep your food warm because of the insulated bowl. From what I've read, this is, I mean, I might be wrong. Those of you who know, please comment. It's supposed to keep your food warm for 2 hours at the end, which is, sounds good, doesn't it? That kind of thing is a lifesaver at the end of the day. That's the kind of thing that day to day we're going to use the most. I love the fact that it didn't wobble or even try to throw itself off the counter like my 31 does when I was kneading the bread. And I love the fact it's sturdy. It doesn't feel plasticky at all. It feels very well made, like it will last. And then I think it's supposed to have really long guarantee for the motor, which is super important, isn't it? Now, we know with Thermomix, the parts tend to be made for even older machines for about 20 years. So it'd be interesting to know how long the parts for this machine are going to last. If it's got a guarantee of 30 years, then you're going to want to know that they're going to keep making parts for it. Being Magimix and it having the food processor parts, my guess is yes. But Magimix can comment on that. Would I buy this if I was on the market for a thermo cooker, had the money and didn't have to replace my laptop? Absolutely. By hand. But yes, I would. I would actually, I didn't get to use the food processor part, but I think for those of you who use food processors, I can replace that as well. So yes, it's a machine that can do more. One thing I totally forgot to do, which I can't believe I forgot to do, don't tell Jason. I forgot to grate some cheese. Probably because I didn't even have any cheese to grate. Shh, don't tell him. Well, I hope you liked this. I hope you enjoyed it. Clumsy, imperfect, hopefully real enough for you to get an up-close view of the Cook Expert and make up your mind. Don't forget, these things are expensive. They are an investment, and you don't have to have them all. You really don't have to. If you cannot afford it, you do not buy it. And don't forget that some of you are going on about payment plans. Sometimes it's better to have your own payment plan. Start saving now so you can buy it outright without paying any interest or any. Just buy it outright. That's how I do things. Maria, the thrifty one, who knew? Right, I'm thrifty, but just to be stingy. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a journey. It all happened within only a few hours, and it was fun. And yes, I would say if you can afford it, if you love cooking, if you think you will love using it, try to borrow one from a friend. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you so much for lending it to me for the day. It was amazing, and it was amazing to meet you too. I can't believe we didn't get a photo of us both. Right, guys, have a lovely day. See you soon. Bye.